Hello, Lemire students. This is Mrs. Best, and I'm going to read another one of our March Madness books. This is a book called Your Place in the Universe by Jason Chin. These kids are 8 years old. They are about 5 times as tall as this book, but only half as tall as this ostrich. Ostriches are the tallest birds in the world, and they may grow up to be 9 feet tall. That's taller than two 8-year-olds standing on each other's shoulders, but it's less than half as tall as this giraffe. Giraffes are the tallest animals on land. The tallest giraffe on record was 19 feet tall, which is more than twice as tall as the tallest ostrich. But giraffes aren't the tallest living thing in the world. The tallest living things are trees. The tallest tree on Earth are the California redwoods, and the tallest redwood is 380 feet tall. It's 20 times taller than the tallest giraffe, and it's still growing, but even that's not as tall as the tallest structure that humans have built. The tallest building in the world is more than 7 times taller than the tallest redwood. And people keep constructing taller buildings, but even these soaring skyscrapers are tiny compared to the highest peak on Earth. Measured from sea level, Mount Everest is 29,035 feet high. That's about 5.5 miles, almost 9 times the height of the tallest planned building. But even Mount Everest doesn't reach all the way to space. Although there are no exact heights for the edge of space, it is commonly said to be 62 miles up. The International Space Station orbits 248 miles above sea level. That's 45 times as high as Mount Everest, but it doesn't seem so far compared to Earth's atmosphere. Our planet is surrounded by a blanket of gas, air, called the atmosphere. The atmosphere has 5 layers. The higher the layer, the thinner the air. We live in the troposphere, where the air is the most dense. The air in the stratosphere is too thin for humans to survive. Outer space begins the thermosphere, where the atmosphere is extremely thin. The atmosphere completely disappears at the end of the exosphere, more than 6,000 miles above Earth's surface. The entire planet, Earth, is 7,926 miles wide. That's 128 times the distance from sea level to the edge of space. From far away, the visible atmosphere looks like a thin blue film surrounding our planet, and the International Space Station doesn't appear very far away at all. Earth is enormous, but that's not so big compared to the orbit of the moon. The moon is 238,855 miles away from Earth. It's so far away that 29 Earths could fit between the two. It's so far that a jet plane going 500 miles per hour would take 19 days to get there. But even the moon is close compared to the sun. Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun. That's so far that a jet going 500 miles per hour would take more than 20 years to get there. It's so far that sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. And light travels 186,000 miles per second. But Earth is one of the closest planets to the sun. There are 5 planets beyond Earth. The furthest is Neptune, which is 30 times further from the sun than Earth. The dwarf planet Pluto is 40 times as far, which is so far that the sunlight takes more than 5.5 hours to reach it. Pluto is part of the Kuiper Belt, which is billions of comets and 4 dwarf planets, but that isn't the end of the solar system. Science believes that there are trillions of comets beyond the Kuiper Belt. The farthest of these could be 100,000 times further from the sun than Earth is. It takes sunlight more than a year to travel that far, which would make the edge of the solar system more than a light year away. But our solar system is a tiny speck compared to the size of our galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is 100,000 light years across and contains more than 100 billion stars. One of them is our sun, our solar system. There are so many stars that from a distance they blend together and look like swirling clouds of light. We are about 27,000 light years from the center of the galaxy, which means that even if you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 27,000 years to get there. But that's nothing compared to the distance to Andromeda Galaxy. Andromeda is the closest large galaxy to us, but it is 2.5 million light years away. It would take you 2.5 million years to travel at the speed of light to reach Andromeda. Andromeda is the Milky Way. Andromeda and the Milky Way are part of the galaxy group called the Local Group. It is roughly 50 galaxies and is spread across millions of light years of space. But galaxy groups are small compared to galaxy clusters. Galaxy clusters are much larger than galaxy groups. The Virgo cluster is the largest galaxy cluster near us. It has around 2,000 galaxies and is roughly 50 million light years away, but it's not the only one. Many galaxy clusters and groups surround Virgo, and all together they are known as the local supercluster. But even our supercluster is just a tiny part of, look at the Milky Way there, we're in the Milky Way. Tiny. Cosmic web. Huge chains of galaxies, millions of light years long, are strung throughout space. Clusters of galaxies are found where the chains meet, and between the galaxies lies vast empty regions called voids. This pattern is called the cosmic web, and it extends for billions of light years in all directions like a giant three-dimensional net. These are the largest structures in the universe. The universe is everything. Every star in every galaxy, every planet, and all the space. It's the grandest environment we know of, and it may go on and on forever, but we don't know if it does. We don't know because the furthest we can see is around 13 billion light years away. Everything within this distance is called observable universe. It's the region of space that we can see. From where we are, in the vast cosmic web, in the Milky Way, in the solar system, there is a small blue planet called Earth. Earth is the only planet that we know of with life. It's the only planet we know of with trees, giraffes, and ostriches. It's the only planet we know of with kids who can look up and imagine their place in the universe. The end.